Also, just as a heads up, I made this video in like an hour. I wrote the script on the bus home. I didn't revise it or like check it for anything. I just wanted to make a video tonight on anything at all. I was not really thinking when I made this. Just enjoy it. In 1981, in issue 149, or as Progs as they are known as, John Wagner and Brian Bolland would bring the world Judge Death, a dark, contrasting character to the lawman of the future, Judge Joseph Dredd. I don't know why I started laughing there. Judge Death, in my opinion, is the greatest villain in comics, because of the fact, unlike other villains such as Joker and Green Goblin, Judge Death is death. And we see the twisted being on a killing spree, eventually meeting the judges and being, quote-unquote, defeated. But I find interesting about the sci-fi world of Judge Dredd is that Death is a supernatural being, and taking over Judge Anderson, he is eventually defeated and forgotten about. In 1982, Judge Death Lives introduces us to the feared Dark Judges, Judge Fear, Fire, and Mortis, and once again, mass chaos ensues, and the amazing work Arvar happens with the famous Fist of Dread. Along this, we also get to visit Dead World and see the true horror of these four Dark Judges. Though Death said he quote-unquote killed his world, we see the bones of the dead, and the Dark Judges are defeated. There was a third story with the Dark Judges returning, and the artist did an amazing job at replicating Brian Bolland's artwork if that was his intention. But all you really need to know about the third story is that the Dark Judges return, and they get sent to Limbo. Nothing really happened after a while, but then Necropolis happens. Though I think the artwork hinders the story, I still think it's a great story, and I just think black and white would have been better, just like the first three Dark Judges stories. Necropolis is the big finale to the Dark Judges story, as they launch an attack with the Sisters of Death after being freed from Limbo, and kill off 60 million people. Though the Dark Judges are defeated, and the loss is immense, Judge Dredd and Megator City 1 never fully recover. I consider this the ending of the true Dark Judges story, as even though the stories are continued with such highlights as Boyhood of a Super Fiend, the origin of Judge Death, and My Name is Death, a story seeing Judge Death going solo in the Wastelands, bringing Judge Death back to his horror aspect with black and white artwork by Fraser Irving, and then trapping Judge Death in Purgatory, and Fear, Fire, and Mortis making a brief encounter during the Day of Chaos, and in my opinion the last true classic Judge Death story, The Dark Judges, Dark Justice, where Judge Death reunites as brothers, and they go on a colony ship, and they have one final fight with Judge Dredd and Anderson. And I believe this is the last time they've actually met in comics, so big sad. And I really enjoyed Dominion, and I really enjoyed where they took the Dark Judges, and 2000 AD have yet to publish the other parts. Get on that 2000 AD, I'm waiting. And Nick's artwork with Mortis, H.R. Giger would be proud. There's just not what they used to be. And that's no fault of anyone, it's just that no one in the grand comic scene cares about 2000 AD anymore. Hell, I don't even really care anymore. I used to really love 2000 AD, but I suppose it's one of those things where they tried a lot of stuff, and it didn't really land. Like, don't get me wrong, Nick Percival and John Wagner, is it John Wagner? I believe it's John Wagner who does the current Judge Death stuff. I kind of miss the old school supernatural stuff. Don't get me wrong, the artwork's great, and I suppose the story's great. I suppose you guys wanted to keep Judge Death and the Dark Judges relevant. I just think that taking them away from Mega City 1 has definitely impacted a lot in the last decade. I believe Dominion came out in 2016, so we're near 3 more years, and, I believe we'll be at a decade of Dark Judges. I also want to just comment on Keck W's Fall of Dead World series. That is like some of the best stories and comics I have read in a while, and I cannot wait for book 4 when it comes out in like half a decade at this point. Brian Bolland will go down in the comic history as the guy who did the Killing Joke and the iconic camera cover. Brian Bolland and John Wagner, for me, will go down in history for creating the Judge Death and the Dark Judges. I also want to be honest, this title is kind of a lie. I just wanted your attention. Judge Death has kind of been forever immortalized in the knockoff known as the Batman Who Laughs. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video, but yeah, comics are cool. Go read the Dark Judges. I recommend Keck W and the IDW reprint in color. Bye.